All right, standing here with Randy Couture on Marcos Vegas Fight Up TV, and Randy just saw the screening of Fight Master. Really cool show. I kind of see it as a link between The Voice and other reality shows where the fighters go and try to pick you as well. To you, being in there as a coach, you know, what moments stuck out to you the most, and what did you bring out of the show, you feel? How did the show make you grow?
Well, I think, you know, I've always had an affinity for coaching. That's what I was doing before I started MMA, was coaching at Oregon State University in wrestling. So it's something I've always enjoyed and gotten a lot out of, whether it be living vicariously through the athletes you're working with and watching them go out and be successful and compete, or just breaking down technique and learning new things, because I think every time you teach, you learn something new. There's a great talent pool involved in this show, a bunch of young guys that are hungry and have a wealth of knowledge and experience, and to get to work with guys like that is enjoyable. So having a healthy respect for these coaches, what they're capable of doing, and the camaraderie that we kind of shared, at the same time competing with one another, was a lot of fun. I think at the end of the day, it was just a wonderful experience.
The show was hilarious in the screenings. How was that like, you and Joe?
My cheeks hurt half the time because he never stops. He's got a very gregarious, wide-open personality, and I think that's how he competes too. Which is, I mean, I gotta love a guy that competes like that. And so obviously we come from a similar wrestling background and knew each other before any of this started. So it was fun to really get to rub elbows with him and spend a lot of time with him for the 6 weeks that we shot the show.
Okay. You say your involvement now with Bellator, you know, you feel you're going to be involved in like an executive position with the organization, or is it just for fighters?
My deal is with Spike, and so my only involvement with Bellator has just been for this show, for Fight Masters.
Do you see yourself maybe, are you interested in maybe doing that in executive position?
I haven't had any discussions to that end, so I you know, obviously I love the sport of mixed martial arts, and I'm doing my best to continue to carve out a living and use the brand that I built with Extreme Couture and everything in the sport that I care about. And if the opportunity presented itself, I would evaluate that at the time and see if it made sense.
What other projects are you doing with Spike, and then what other projects in general are you doing?
I'm casting right now for a show called Gym Rescue. Obviously, the gym industry is a huge industry in this country. I've been a gym owner for 15 years, starting with you know, 3rd Street Gym in Gresham, which turned into Team Quest, and kind of refined a little bit more and became mixed martial arts training centers like Legends and Extreme Couture now in Las Vegas. So learned some valuable lessons, and kind of carved out a niche in a unique training environment with mixed martial arts as the center focus. But I've been in gyms my whole life, so I've kind of recognized the good ones and the bad ones, and so the whole rescue theme for Spikes. Yeah, but I mean, you know, it could be the way it's managed, the way it's set up and organized, all kinds of things. Cleanliness. I mean, you've been in bad gyms before, and you've been in ones that are nice and that are good and that you want to go back to. So it's usually pretty recognizable.
Okay. Since the falling out, have you had a chance to speak to Dana?
No.
No communication? It's happened before when you were with the Flexion before, when you guys didn't talk and everything.
The issues are his, not mine.
Yeah.
They're his, not mine, so it's up to him.
Okay. All right. How's your son doing?
He's doing well.
Yeah. What did you think of the last fight?
Well, I knew Ross was going to be a tall order for Ryan, but I felt technically and tactically Ryan could win that fight, and I think he demonstrated that in the first round. I think he felt a little out of sorts. Didn't have his whole team there. I wasn't allowed to be there. Neil Melanson couldn't make the trip because of his situation. I think Tim and Trigg did a great job of keeping Ryan focused that last week, but and it's a tall order to be the first fight in, be a co-main event, travel to Europe. There was just a lot of new things there for Ryan that I think showed ultimately he said he felt flat. He didn't feel like himself. So, you know, I think ultimately he's got a very bright future. He's a smart kid. He does all the work. He's going to do well.
Randy, thank you very much. Certainly appreciate the time.
You bet. No worries, bro.